Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Southern Santa Piper. This is your host, Kenny, and today we're going to honor a long tradition with a nod to Matches 860, and that is the Friday night Savinelli. Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Southern Santa Piper. Again, I'm your host, Kenny, and today I am smoking a Savinelli. This is one of my very few Savinellis. I don't have a lot of my collection. I've got to give the total count, but I want to say they're less than top of a rack. My racks hold 7. Is it 7? I believe 7 pipes. Yep, 7 pipes top, 7 on bottom. So I think I've got 5 or so. All of them are unfiltered. The ones I've had that were filtered, I got rid of. This one is a non-filtered. Like I said, this is the Savinelli Silver 804 KS. What I loved about this pipe, was this just incredible grain on this pipe. And once you guys get to know me more, you'll know that I think I've got like a grain fetish for pipes. I just really love a beautiful looking grain in a pipe. So tonight, question for all you guys. So please leave your response in the comments. But it's my first Friday night episode, so I wanted to give a nod to all of the creators on YouTube, to all of the fans on YouTube who have been fans of Matches 860 for years. And then unfortunately when he passed, I think it left kind of a big empty blank for many of us. I think many of us just really enjoyed just watching him, and like we could really relate to him. I think he became, for a lot of us, our friend over YouTube. And he had this tradition of his Friday Savinelli. Now, he had a great story for it. And I will see if I can find that and maybe put that down in the links or in the comments below. But he had a very definite pipe that he loved, and I believe, if my memory serves me, is that recently in the last year that Savinelli did release a special edition in tribute to him, which I think is wonderful. Now me, I have a few that I rotate, and I have been rotating them on Fridays. Even when you see my posts on Instagram or on Facebook and I haven't had a picture of a Savinelli, doesn't mean I'm not smoking one. I usually rotate 2 to 3 pipes a day. If I've got 3 bowls, maybe 2 pipes, many times 3, 1 fresh pipe a bowl. Then I wipe it down, and the next goes to my rotation. I have enough pipes, I can do that. I know not everyone has as many pipes as I have, so that may not be feasible for all. But to me, it keeps my pipes fresh, and keeps me in a nice rotation where I'm kind of never really bored. The Canadians are one of my favorite shapes. If I had to define 2 of my favorite shapes, it would be the Bing and the Canadian. Most of that has to do with the shank. Nice amount of briar. And when we get nice, good quality, lightweight briar and a good quality tobacco going through there, it is just perfection, guys. So, should we continue this tradition of a Friday night Savinelli in honor of John? Or do we say, no, Friday nights we'll leave open to what? But I got to tell you, part of me thinks I should, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know how many other creators out there are already doing a Friday night kind of tribute to John. And obviously I don't want to step on any toes. I am the new kid on the block, so to speak, and it's definitely not meant out of any disrespect or trying to be on his coattails, because I think he's the one and only. I respect all you guys out there, but yeah, John's definitely was my favorite out of all of the YouTube pipe creators out there. Deeply missed. So today I am smoking the Father Dempsey. And it's funny, I recommended this to a few friends today, so I think you're going to know where I'm going with this. And I told them if they have the opportunity, buy it in bulk. It's so much cheaper. 4-ounce packet. Only can be picked up, to my knowledge, because I think it's their exclusive, at smokingpipes.com. It is the Kramer's Father Dempsey. Now, this has been on my radar for a long time. Now, for a long time, I was not an English pipe smoker. Primarily an aromatic smoker, and when I did kind of go into the English route, it was more of aromatic English blends, which I've already told you I don't like calling them. We'll call them just Latakia blends. And I enjoy those. I enjoy those a lot. I enjoy the flavors. I enjoy the room notes. I remember some of the Englishes when I used to walk into places like the Tinderbox or Sir Timothy. And some of them were really strong. I remember one particular gentleman telling me, don't sniff that one. We call that one the old tennis shoe blend. And it was like, what is he talking about? Stupid me. I lit it up, smelled, and whoa, almost knocked my head off at 17 years old. A lot of Latakia, I think quite a bit of Perique in that as well. There was this vinegary sourness that almost smelled like burnt rubber. It's the only way I can describe it. They smelled like old Keds gym shoes. Ones that had been sitting around at the bottom of your locker for all year. It was not a pleasant smell, and I could never understand why anybody would want to smoke that. But I'd see guys coming in all the time. But I do remember an English blend that guys would smoke that looked very similar to this. And I cannot, for the love of God, remember if it was at Sir Timothy or if it was at Tinderbox, because those were my two that I went to primarily. I'm kind of a creature of habit. I go to restaurants, I order the same thing at every time I go. At those particular restaurants, I have like one restaurant for every particular dish I like. So, is what it is. And the same is kind of true for tobaccos. If I was buying bulk tobaccos, I tend to be a creature of habit. I also tend to be a creature of habit on where I like to purchase them from. I'm kind of playing with this tobacco right now. Just right off the bat, though, I will show you two things I don't like. And I know what happens with tobacco, but when I get these kind of like real hard, stemmy, I'm not a fan of that. So I always go through and I pick out some. Some of this is Perique, I know. That's okay. I'll just crumble that. But I look for any of those real big woody chunks. I'm usually not a fan of that. I don't like the way it blends. But this, again, if you look at the color, it's truly amazing. I mean, it is, and I don't think this cell phone camera is going to do it justice. It is a mixture of browns and tans and goldens and dark chocolatey browns and blacks. And it is what I would consider in appearance the archetypal English. Now, bag note on this. It's heavenly, guys. I mean, heavenly. It is definitely a Latakia forward blend. It is definitely heavier in Latakia than maybe some newbies would like. And that's kind of what kept me away from this for a while. But there's just so much more. You get the sweetness from the Virginians. I mean, there's almost honey, molasses. I get kind of a dried fruit and kind of fig smell. A little bit of citrus because there's that little bit of acid, but very little, not vinegary at all, none of that. There's a floral note in there. I mean, it is just, I don't know who is the blender who is blending this, and if they're doing it exactly to Kramer's old recipe, then wow. Now, I gotta tell you, being an old school blend, in some of the reviews I had read, everybody said it was kind of like Dunhill 965, and okay, Dunhill 965, it's a good blend. The old one was okay. The new Peterson blend I even had. I've had the Sutliff Match version of that, which is pretty good. But it was like, not a big deal. It sounds to me like a generic English blend. So every time one of my friends or something I would read in a group of tobacco maybe I didn't try or that sounded interesting, I kind of put this one on the back burner. This one has been sitting on my list for a long time. And every time I would have it in my shopping cart, even like recently, this almost got dumped this time because I've had several friends tell me about Star of the East, which I hadn't had before, in Sparkplug. And figured, okay, I need to pick those up. And so let me pick those up. This is common. I can get it at any time. But when I went on, they were out of tins, but they still had bulk, which is funny today because they're out of bulk, but they got tins. And this is the way to go, guys. This was $8.48 or something along those lines for 4 ounces. 4 ounces. And a 1.76 ounce or 50 grams. Is that how? 50 grams, am I correct on that? It's not on this tin. 50 grams for $9, and I think that's the sale price. To me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, just an absolute no-brainer on it. Definitely get it in bulk. Actually, I'm going to contact them and see if I get it in pounds, if it comes in sealed bags. It's one of the reasons I like the Sutliff stuff when I buy by the pound. It comes in a bag sealed and not in one of these. And my only concern sometimes when I get bulk this way is you don't know where that tobacco is in the mix, if it's fresh, if it's down from the bottom. So you don't know how consistent it's going to be. And sometimes tobacco with flavorings added, like Sutliff Creme Brulee, I've had people say they don't think it's as good as Monte Dolce or Old Toby, which in my opinion, it's exactly the same. I think if it's Old Toby, it's got some Perique added, because I can take 5 to 10% Perique, throw in Creme Brulee, and I'm there. But people have said that it doesn't have as much flavor as Monte Dolce. I disagree. In fact, it comes pretty goopy out of the bag. But we'll talk about that one in another episode. This tobacco. Again, I'm kicking myself in the head on this one. This is one of these things where you go, why did I not try this sooner? I could have been enjoying this tobacco for years. If this was the only tobacco on the planet, I would be totally fine with it. Totally fine. I could smoke this morning, noon, and night. It's an all-day smoke for me. It is perfection. And I don't say that about a lot of tobaccos, and especially English. Now, does it take the place of my beloved Northwoods? And I think you always hear me refer to it as my beloved Northwoods. A little creepy. Or my beloved Earth East Farthing. I wouldn't say it takes its place, but it definitely is. It's the holy trinity of tobaccos. I don't know where to pick. The three of them are that good to my taste buds. And, I can never stress to anyone just how subjective of a hobby and pleasure this is. What is good for one guy isn't going to be good for the other. And even how we smoke pipes. We look at different styles, and everybody's going to smoke a pipe a little bit different. Everybody's going to enjoy different tobaccos. But if you're an English lover, get this tobacco. Let me light up. This is the type of smoke that you can sit down with a group of friends, enjoy a nice conversation, a nice cocktail. Or like in my case, because it's 81 degrees, and if you can't tell, I'm sweating from doing some, had to go to the lumber yard today. Got an old house, a lot of wood. Don't get me started on lumber prices. I think I've spent like $2,000 on lumber this week. It's insane. In any case, I'm drinking iced coffee. Just my Dunkin' Donuts left over from this morning in the pot. Then usually my wife and I only have maybe a cup, large cup each. Sometimes I'll have two. And the rest of it I throw in the refrigerator to cool down, and I'll drink it through the day. I'm frugal, so it's one less thing I gotta buy. I used to buy some of these cold brews and other coffees. Like, why am I doing this? My lovely daughter, and follow her on Instagram, Canterbury & Co. Salon, and Allie Glitters. And I'll double check those too. My daughter's a salon owner down in South Fort Myers. And she is a coffee drinker herself, and one year for my birthday got me an espresso machine. And for those who've never had an espresso, it's just incredible. She got me an espresso machine along with one of its frothers. I've had Keurigs and others. I'm not a big fan of Keurigs myself. I know they're convenient. I'm just not a fan. Give me a regular coffee pot with regular coffee for most of my coffee. But when I want like an espresso or a latte or something a little bit more coffee shop like, holy mother of God, they're just fantastic. They're expensive, and you can only order the pods through them. It's one of the things I don't like. My wife and I are pretty frugal people. We shop primarily from local farms. All of our fruits and vegetables, our meats, we try to get from local farms. What we can't get from there, we shop online primarily. COVID has actually made that a little easier. So we use Instacart, or we use Kroger's been a good one, as well as Sam's. They deliver quick. And I've actually saved a lot of money that way, and I've actually helped me lose weight. I've mentioned before, I had heart attack, I got stage 3 congestive heart failure, I got a left bundle branch blockage, and doctors told me I had to lose weight. If you don't lose weight, you're probably going to be dead in 4 years. That was 2 years ago. Well, I was 391 then, and I am like 297 as of the other night. I'll weigh myself again this weekend. I try to only weigh myself maybe once a week, because I don't want to discourage myself, because I'm doing it gradually. But not going into a grocery store and not grabbing everything that looks good because I'm hungry, or just simply because I'm smelling the smells and they're inviting, and I go, oh my God, that rotisserie chicken is good, I need two of them. Or looking at everything else that looks so tasty and come home with spinach artichoke dip, and I don't know, my wife sends me in for bread and iced tea. I think all of his husbands do that. You know, we go to the store for 2 to 3 items, walk in with $150 later. But usually for me it was junk. So this has helped me a lot. Just one of my things. So, being frugal, I'm always looking for good buys in pipes, good buys in tobacco. So this is a great buy in tobacco. These pipes, these Savinellis, I gotta tell you, yesterday you heard me say that if I had to pick either Savinelli or Peterson, I would pick the Peterson. And 99.9% of the time, I'm probably going to be true to that. But I also said yesterday, with the exception of if it's one of their non-filtered pipes, because their non-filtered pipes, to me, has a different and easier draw. I like an easy draw in a pipe. I like a pipe that's effortless. I can't say that I use Mutton Chop's particular method of smoking, but it's close. I've been smoking the way I've been smoking for a long time, and when I came across his breath method, I noticed some similarities, but mine's different. Part of mine is developed differently for being a denture wearer. Sometimes it's a matter of how the pipe feels in my mouth. I have a habit, if you will, of catching this end of the pipe at the end of my teeth. And kind of nursing that pipe right there from the corner of my mouth. And look, this went out. I should have packed a new one. Instead, I left a half a bowl in here because I was cleaning up after some puppies. But a lovely, lovely, lovely tobacco. I think that will be it for tonight. Let me know in the comments. I had mentioned yesterday about doing a live video feed, maybe once a week. Let me know what you guys would like, if you guys would enjoy that. Nothing fancy. Probably won't even discuss much except for just hang around and BS. I don't know if I'll know how to do that, so we'll try. But, we'll pick a pipe. We don't even have to pick a same tobacco. Maybe in future episodes we can do that. I'm thinking Friday nights, just because Friday nights, for a lot of people, they want to relax. And I'm thinking later. Usually I have a lot of my chores around here done by like 9:30-ish. I mean, we've usually had a break for dinner, and then after that time, my dogs are asleep, and the wife is usually chilling, watching the news, answering emails, or playing games on her phone, and I'm usually out here smoking a pipe, and I'm usually out here for a few hours. So I'm usually thinking maybe 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if that would work for any of you all. If it does, let me know. Put it in the comments. And I'm thinking Friday nights. But I'm open to either Friday or Saturdays, usually not Sundays. But most nights, the earliest I would say would be 9 Eastern Standard Time. But I would like to start probably no later than 10 Eastern Standard Time, even though I'm open to later times. I just think that will cut off a larger percentage of people who may want to join and participate if we went any later than that. So please leave it in your comments. Again, as typical, if you're enjoying the show, please leave a thumbs up on the videos. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends, share my videos, and please give me your feedback. I wanna ask you how I'm doing, if you guys are enjoying it. I'm flooding YouTube right now with my videos, and like I said yesterday, a lot of that is because I'm new. A lot of it I'm rambling on. I'm probably going to look back on these videos in 6 months and go, oh my God, I can't believe I was doing this when I first started. But it's a learning curve, and I want to give a shout out to everybody in the, just heard about it yesterday, the YTPC. Never heard the term to yesterday, and I guess there's a whole entire community, if you will, of people who create videos for YouTube and in the pipe community, and I'm glad to be part of that community. But didn't know that there was really kind of some type of community, and that facial expression wasn't me making fun of it. I just never knew it was such a thing till yesterday. But I'm proud to be part of that. I really like a lot of the content creators out there. You're not going to get politics from me. Well, that's not true. We may get politics sometimes, but they'll be mild. I am not a hateful person. You guys will get to know that about me. I truly love people. I'm the Southern Santa Piper. I have to like people. Like animals, I like kids, I like people. I'm your typical jolly grandfather, and I'm really accepting of people. And I'm just going to throw this out there right now. If any of you all ever get offended by anyone who posts on any of my posts that may be different from you, please don't beat them up or attack them. There's an old cliche. If you have nothing nice to say, then don't say it. Just be nice. It's one of the things I'd really dislike about some social media. I can post pictures of my dogs. I can post pictures of my family. I can post pictures of me and my grandson at Disney. I don't get a comment from people on my friends list. I post a political statement or a political meme, and people come out of the woodwork and want to argue. So that's why I try to kind of avoid politics. But why I also try to just be pretty inclusive of people. You never know what another person in life has gone through and what another person's battles and struggles are. And everyone I know has their own battles and struggles. Later on, as you guys get to know me, and I know I'm going long here, but you'll get to know quite a bit about me. You'll learn about my spirituality. You'll know that I had received minor orders in the church when I was 20 years old. That I became a priest and then a bishop. Yes, I am a bishop. And I am a Gnostic bishop in the French Gnostic traditions. But I respect all religions. I tell everyone it is better for us to find the things that unite us together than to look for those things that separate us. And that isn't true in all aspects of life. Don't look for the things that make you angry about people. And if there are things, just blow it off. Life is short. Instead, let's find the things that we have in common. Hey, Kenny likes iced coffee. I like iced coffee. Kenny likes Savinelli's. I like Savinelli's. Kenny likes pipe tobacco. I like pipe tobacco. See, we've got those things in common. But you'll also find we've got other things in common. And that's how it is with many of my friends. I may not have a lot of things in common with some of my friends, but the things I have in common with them are things that I enjoy being in common with them. I don't expect my friends to be cookie cutters and all the same. I like individuals. I like individual people. And I'm hoping that my channel here can create an environment where people can just hang out, listen to me ramble for a while, maybe learn something about pipes or tobacco, but really kind of just have a good time. So I'm hoping I'm doing that for you guys. I'm rambling again, so I will let you go finally this time. So good night, everyone. This has been Southern Santa Piper. Take care now.